I see transmedia evolving in the future, going from a basic new media buzzword to fleshing itself out to almost be like a genre of entertainment. Right now, it is starting to form that way, slowly and kind of clumsily, I think. When transmedia first kind of became in vogue, it was very much no one really knew exactly what it meant. Some people thought it was social media extensions of traditional entertainment. Some people thought it was more traditional platforms strung together. Nobody really knew what it meant. Everybody was trying to confine it and define it as one specific thing. However, I think what we're seeing now is it's becoming, like I said, a genre, almost like rock music. Right now, the reason transmedia is an awesome, smart approach to communication is because it is an adapted strategy to how culture is right now. And people are so distracted by everything. We live in an age of distraction. We live in an age of advertising. We live in an age of where you have 1,000 entertainment options at your fingertips. As soon as you're watching TV, as soon as it goes to commercial, you have your phone, your iPad, your computer. You have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have Twitter, you have all these things to just instantly distract you from everything you're doing. And so you need a way to create a pervasive 360-degree experience for fans, because if you don't, and you just rely on your one channel top down approach, they're going to completely get distracted, and the churn rate is going to be so high that you're not going to be getting the that immersion that you want. I think it's a requirement now. It's not just a cool thing to do, but it's a requirement to capture the way culture is. And I think as we move forward, if culture then shifts a different way, and consumers, both entertainment and just traditional consumers with traditional brands, if they shift a different way, then we can start to tweak the process, and maybe then it'll be a more of an option than a requirement. But I think right now it's absolutely a requirement for people that need to achieve that immersion that they need to from the consumer. So, oh gosh, there's been quite a few. I mean, on a smaller scale, something like the Lizzie Bennett Diaries is really, really cool. The fact that they really adapted public domain work and really created it for a new audience. But not only did they turn like an old public domain book into now an online YouTube-based web series, but they really created and expanded their audience through really cool social media extensions, and really helped propel that to a really neat project, and expand their customer base and their fan base exponentially. And Star Wars for me is always probably the high bar for transmedia properties, even though I think that George Lucas probably backed into it in a lot of ways. But I mean, it's just such an expansive universe with so many awesome spin-offs, and the novels and the cartoons and the comics and the films, and now Disney, I think, will even take that to another level beyond that. So on a large level, I think Marvel and Disney and Lucas really are nailing transmedia on a broad way. But there's so many really cool small projects out there too, doing that, like the Lizzie Bennett Diaries, that are really impacting the independent scene. And as you impact the independent scene, I think you can start to prove some innovation that then the big guys can start to incorporate on a broader sense. So I think there's some really cool ones on both ends of the spectrum. Anybody that needs to communicate a message, whether it's through entertainment, whether it's through branding, whether it's just through pure marketing, whether it's through something else, needs to come to the Transvergence Summit, because now you're going to learn how to communicate that message through platforms that are relevant to the consumer, and do it in a way that works.